What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. So if you're a subscriber, by the way, we love and appreciate each and every one of you, you'll know we open up a lot of anime TCGs here on the channel, both licensed and unlicensed. And if you're not a subscriber, but you love both anime and TCGs, please do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. And so the one question I get asked more than any other on my TCG videos, especially with the Naruto Kaiu brand, is where do I buy my cards? And guys, 99% of all my purchases have come from AliExpress. And so the contents of today's video is about AliExpress. I'm going to discuss my experiences with it, how to navigate the site, so you guys can buy the same TCGs that I show off here on the channel. So firstly, who or what is AliExpress, you ask? Well, it's an e-commerce platform based in China made up of several small businesses, large majority of which are themselves based in China, that facilitates the sale of products from those businesses to international buyers. You can say it's got some similarities to eBay if eBay didn't have auctions and was just buy it now. And now to very quickly get the elephant out of the room, because I have no desire to discuss anything political on this channel. As I said, you are buying from businesses in China who, let's be honest, have somewhat of a strained relationship with a lot of countries. For instance, I know the app is banned in India, and the US and European commissions have also criticized AliExpress and even listed them for selling counterfeit products. And I mean, there is some definite truth to that. You will literally find thousands of counterfeit products on AliExpress. But from a collector's standpoint, especially as it relates to TCGs, statues, figures, and minifigures, there is definitely a market for what is known as unlicensed and custom collectibles. And the sad thing is, a lot, not all, but a lot of unlicensed products are just far superior in design to those that are officially licensed, or maybe they just don't exist at all, often is the case as it relates to minifigures. And then you have brands like Kaiu, who are an official licensed supplier of TCGs, or Rocket Toys, who hold official licenses to produce 1/6 scale figures, but technically only in China. But through AliExpress, you can get these products from China to your home as long as they ship to your country of origin. And now I can only talk about my own experiences, guys. I am based in little old Great Britain, the United Kingdom, England if you wanted to be exact, and I've been ordering off Ali now for over 2 years, and out of about 100 orders, I've only ever had one problem. And I'll certainly talk about that problem in a little bit, but I also know several Naruto Kaiu collectors from the community from multiple different countries have also had very limited problems using Ali. And now I would be lying if I sat here and told you guys it's rosy 24/7, because it isn't. But you know what? Most of the issues I see, I'd probably say 7, 8 out of 10 has to do with customs. You know, my shipment's stuck in customs, it's taken ages to clear, etc, etc. Guys, that's not AliExpress issue. That is an issue with the customs of your country, and I have no doubt there's maybe some political nature to it. But one of the biggest issues I see, especially with TCGs, and I see this a lot in the Naruto Kaiu community, relates to box damages. I've received plenty of booster boxes that have been damaged, although the cards inside were particularly fine, so I personally wasn't too bothered. But I do know a lot of collectors like to keep an unopened box and or have one in pristine condition. So that's one thing I would just say, guys, manage your expectations when buying off Ali. Boxes can be damaged, and I seriously doubt they'll refund you for the damages, unless maybe the cards inside are damaged. I just can't see it happening. One thing I do have to say though, my last few TCG orders have actually been packed really, really well. I have had 0 box damages. I'll be interested to know from you guys who have purchased off Ali, what's your box damages been like the last couple of months? Alright guys, we're now going to get into the meat and potato of the videos, because another question I get asked an awful lot is how on earth do you navigate AliExpress? Well, we're going to check that out now. So I personally prefer to use the website as opposed to the app. That's not to say the app is crap. It's actually really, really good. It's very, very clean. I just find it easier to search. I've got bigger screens. I've got 2 screens. I've got my Honey Gold extension already set up, because yes, you can earn Honey Gold too. But as we have been in this advanced technological age for a while, I'll show you guys a little bit about the app. And if you wanted to skip straight ahead to that, I'll pop in chapter breaks as well. But to be honest, the most of this is going to be spent on the website. So when you first access the site, you may or may not be presented with some deals or coupons in the currency of your own country. You guys will see right now, Ali is actually having its anniversary sale with site-wide coupons available to use, where the more you spend, the more you save. So now would actually be a great time to buy some things, guys, with discounts and coupons. I will actually have a bunch of links to some cool products and trusted stores in the description below, and hands up, they are affiliate links. I always want to be honest and open with you guys, so anything purchased using those links will help support the channel, allowing us to buy and showcase more TCGs, something you would have my eternal gratitude for. So although this is stating the obvious, there are 2 things you guys need to do to get started. First and foremost is to sign in or register. You don't actually have to create an account from scratch. You can also log in using Google, Facebook, Twitter, or Apple. So once you've registered, once you've signed in, you're going to want to click at the top here. Mine actually has the GB flag tag, as I've already got this set, yours may be different. You'll want to enter your country of residence in the Ship To tab, and then your language and currency of choice. If this section is not fully complete, this is why you will often get messages stating this item does not ship to your country. Once you click save, it's going to refresh the page with the changes you have made. Also make a mental note of these three categories and their order: Ship To, language and currency. Now it hasn't happened to me for quite a while, but occasionally the site would randomly change my language. I'm sure there's some technical reason behind that. I always thought it happened when I was looking at a particular seller. Maybe they had something set in a listing so my browser got confused. I honestly don't know, but if you remember this section, it's very easy to change it back. So before we dart into searching for some goodies, let's quickly check everything under your account tab, starting with My Orders, which is pretty self-explanatory. It lists the orders you've made. You guys will see here my last two orders. Actually, it's my last order. This second one has now completed, but my last order actually states awaiting delivery. So I should actually confirm this now by clicking the confirm delivery button, and then you select all the items you received in the delivery. So then if you click on order details, it'll give you a breakdown of your order, especially if you've purchased multiple items. If you want to track your order, you obviously hit the track order button. On the orders page, if it hasn't delivered, it may have like a track order button there at the front. I kind of mean like around here. Obviously I've just got add to cart or write a review because those have now been finished. So yeah, it will bring up this tracking information. As you guys can see, I had this package delivered earlier this week, and you do actually get a bunch of different tracking milestones. And now I've been ordering off Ali, as I said, for over 2 years, so I can typically tell which couriers or services the parcels are coming with if it doesn't specifically tell me, and then I can track the code with them directly. And normally I get a message saying we are waiting to receive the item. It's probably just not been scanned in with them yet, and I can only assume with a little digging, everyone outside the UK could also figure out who your local courier will be. So back to the My Orders page, guys, just because you may have seen some cancelled orders down here below. Now it's actually very easy to cancel an order. I can't actually show you right now because I've not got anything active, nothing to cancel, but there would literally just be a cancel button here. You click it, you give your reasons why, and typically you'll be refunded. And I do have to say, guys, I've been really impressed with Ali and their refunding process. In fact, if you actually go up to the top here and then go onto your kind of account tab, you'll see at the bottom we've got things like buyer protection, help center, disputes and reports. We're not going to go into everything, but they are there if you guys wanted to peruse them at your own leisure. But yeah, the refunding process is really quick and smooth. Now remember earlier I said I had one bad experience on Ali out of more than 100? It was this order right here. I had purchased the Rocket Toys Madara Uchiha 1/6 scale figure from Bandai's store, if that's how you pronounce it, and you'll see up here it has expired, and Ali have stated for your security this order has been closed and refunded due to an invalid tracking number provided by the seller. You'll receive a refund within 3 to 20 business days. We're sorry for any inconvenience caused, and the seller will be warned according to platform regulation. So you guys may or may not know, but when you make a purchase, Ali actually gives the seller a specific amount of time to dispatch the item and provide tracking information. Again, I've got nothing active, so I can't show you guys that right now, but if memory serves me right, it is 9 days to ship. There is an option to extend the delivery if you need to. Now for this particular item, this could have been done. However, I discovered through the messaging center that the seller didn't even have this item in stock, despite the listing saying they had multiple in stock. Very, very annoying, especially as this figure is significantly more expensive now, and I still don't have it. It was essentially a pre-order, but there was no mention of this in the listing. And then one day I checked my PayPal account and I noticed a refund. I logged into this and saw this very message. Checking on the timing too, I also received the refund within 3 days, so it was definitely the earlier, definitely nowhere near 20 business days. If you actually needed to return something, I'm afraid I can't quite help you guys out. I've actually been very fortunate enough to have never had to return anything. I'd assume you'd maybe click this button down here within the order itself. As I said, I've never had to do it, so I don't really know. You do get free returns as long as the item is sent back within 90 days after the order first being placed, though I assume you probably have to cover the shipping costs. If you guys have any ongoing refunds and returns, you can head to this section right here. It will give you the latest status. As the refunds for my cancelled orders have already been processed, nothing appears here currently. One section above that is the payment section, or in other words, your wallet. Now, when you first enter this section, you may get this sign up for bonus pop-up. I don't personally use this. As I understand, it's some kind of virtual currency on AliExpress, and you can earn rewards and things things like that. I mean, maybe it's totally worth it. I've just never personally used it, guys. If someone has, drop a comment below. Let us know, is it worth it? You'll see I don't have any cards or any information saved in here, guys. That's just simply because I make all my purchases through PayPal. For me, it's the simplest way, and I kind of feel gives you double buyer protection. So feedback is pretty similar to how it is on eBay. You leave reviews and get reviews left for you. Settings and shipping address is pretty self-explanatory. So the messaging center is where you can chat to the businesses you are buying from. Sometimes if you purchase from a particular store, they may let you know about new arrivals and discounts, but you can see here it states unknown message type. Please check it on the app. I honestly think the message center is the one thing they haven't really updated properly on the site. I think it works fairly well on the app, just not on the site. I mean, you guys will also see the UI here is even different to what it was on the previous page, but typical messaging, you know, things like, hey, where is my order? They'll go through no problem on the site. So last few bits, guys, you do of course have your overview. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then there's some other things down here, help center for FAQs, you know, invite friends for referrals, stuff like that. I'm not gonna bore you guys with all those. But if we do go back up here for one last thing, you guys will see this My Coins section. And this seems to be another loyalty or rewards type program. I honestly haven't used it too much. In fact, I've got here £5, 5 pence to save, I guess, on an order. You've got daily streaks and things like that. And as you guys can see here, it says discover more ways to earn coins on the AliExpress app. Maybe we can check that out a little bit later. All right, guys, it's now time to finally search for some uber cool stuff and look at how the listings work. So let's do a search then for Naruto Kaiu cards, and you guys will see it brings up a whole bunch of listings. And if we actually scroll to the bottom, you guys will see there are pages and pages of these things. So before we get into the listings, let's just check out the search filter here on the left hand side. So you have delivery options at the top. I believe choice essentially gives you some different options with your shipping. And I mean, free shipping, how self-explanatory is that? Though sometimes with a store, you may have to buy a certain amount to qualify for the free shipping. Shipping from is honestly a little bit weird. I know there are some stores outside of China that do sell on Ali, but 98, 99% are all from China. Certainly there's nothing being sold from the UK, nothing being sold from France, nothing being sold from Germany. As you can see, it all pretty much comes from China. So there is the little deal section down here. Currently we have that anniversary sale going on, as I mentioned earlier. If you do toggle that, it will remove all the stores who are not participating in the anniversary sale. So price range is self-explanatory, and then right at the bottom here you have reviews of 4 stars and up. You guys are going to want to hit this every single time because it does only bring up the very best stores with the very best ratings. In fact, if we scroll to the bottom here now, you guys will see there are less pages, less listings, because we've got rid of those crappier stores. So I quickly wanted to show something for those of you who have never made a purchase from Ali before, and for that I've logged into my affiliate account, as I don't use this account for making purchases. And you will see there are a bunch of stores here that have a welcome deal that we didn't see beforehand. This is essentially a big welcome discount for your very first purchase. And so if we click on this one right here and come into the listing, and then maybe let's click on this, the new Ninja Age box, you guys will see that we actually get a 31% discount with the welcome deal. One thing to note though, guys, the welcome deal is only on one piece. You'll see it says it right here. One piece is at most per customer, so you can't go ahead and add every single box and expect to get a discount on every single box. It's just going to be the very first one of your order. The rest will be at normal price. So I would recommend you use your welcome deal wisely. You could, for instance, buy one of the incredibly expensive SE cards at a nice discount. Obviously, these are the 2 more expensive ones. You could get some of the lower ones and still get a pretty decent discount. I say lower ones, it's still a £234.80 card. Absolutely crazy, but these are the super rare SE cards. Now, in terms of using a different email address every single time to try and get a welcome deal, I don't honestly know if it works. I've never tried it. I honestly wouldn't recommend it because you know, the store, they're gonna have your details, right? Your shipping details, so they may complain to Ali if they notice, and maybe Ali will ban you. I don't know. I've never personally tried it. I just wouldn't recommend it. A better option would be, if you do want to try and benefit from welcome deals, especially on these more expensive singles, is maybe have your friends and family help and you get them delivered to their addresses. So I'm back into my buyer's account, and as you guys will see, the welcome deals have now disappeared. I also don't have the anniversary sale deal toggled, so we can see those stores that are participating and those stores that aren't. The reason for that is there are still some great stores who are sadly not participating in the anniversary sale. So if you're looking at this for the first time, I get it. You're like, where do I click? What's what? Who's who? And I would honestly recommend sitting there and looking around if you have some time. But I'm also here to help you. I mean, it's kind of the point of this video, right? So if you look under all the listings, you do have the store names. And if we look right here with Children's Entertainment Store, we have 2 listings. It's also the same with Anime Card Store. We've got one right here and one just below it. And now I'll be 100% honest with you guys, even after using AliExpress for over 2 years, I myself get perplexed sometimes at the way listings are on here. And just to show you guys how perplexing things can be, let's quickly compare these 2 Anime Card Store listings. I've already opened up here. Here's the first one, and here is the second one. So if we click on the Ninja Age box, which is the latest Naruto Kaiu product, you guys will see here on this listing, it's £20.55. If we then click on it here on this listing, it's £19.72. So the exact same product from the exact same store, yet we have 2 different prices. Now, yes, you will see the wholesale marker here underneath, so I'm assuming these are wholesale prices. It also says 2+ pieces, you get an extra 2% off your order. But if we head to the other listing, it's £19.21 each if you buy at least 3 pieces, so there's not really much of a saving. It's very weird, as I said, very perplexing. I just imagine it's a separate listing for wholesale and then everything else, right? Just a little bit weird. I don't know why they do it. Other stores do it as well, but it can just be a little bit annoying, a little bit frustrating, and sometimes difficult to find things for the best price. And you know what, guys? I've actually just seen down here the New Year's gift box. This set is amazing. It contains some beautiful, gorgeous cards, some other pieces inside as well, and will be a great first purchase with your welcome deal because it is the most expensive set that Kaiu have produced so far for Naruto, and it's cheaper though than buying like a £200 or a £1,000 plus single card. In fact, let's actually compare the price. So £95.30 on this listing here, and there it is. That just baffles me. £83.69 on this one, and then £95.30 on this one, but is this not the wholesale page? I don't know, guys. We've got more than £10 difference. As I said, it's weird, it's perplexing. You just really need to kind of shop around and look in the various stores just to make sure you do get the very best deal. So back to the main page. As I said, I definitely recommend you spending some time trawling through the various different listings, as you might find better prices even on the same store we just saw there with Anime Card Store. But therein lies the question, what store should I buy from? Well, guys, as I said earlier, I do have some affiliate links in the description below for stores that I trust and have purchased from in the past and will do so again in the future. I also recommend you joining Facebook groups, Discord chats, checking out Reddit posts to determine other trusted stores on Ali. That's how I found some of mine. Others, I honestly just took a chance knowing that I have buying protection from Ali and checking out the particular store ratings. So we've already ticked the 4 stars and up reviews, so we know these are some pretty good stores. But what if you wanted to see information on a particular store? Well, guys, you can either click the specific listing, or you can actually click the store name underneath their listing, which will then bring you to their homepage. Sometimes there will be discounts and coupons available for that specific store. But if we then head up to the top, you guys will see here we have a 97.5% positive reviews. Now, this is actually quite high for Ali. I know I said earlier it's a little bit like eBay. Yeah, I think whenever someone sees less than 99% on eBay, you're kind of put off by that seller. It's definitely not the same same on Ali, trust me, 97% is actually very, very good. And they also have 6,800 followers. Maybe not big in the realm of social media, but a high following for sure on this platform. So if you then hover over the store name, you do get further information, including how long they've been trading on AliExpress. We have some store credibility, so we've got rankings in terms of item description, communication, and shipping speed. Anime Card Store in particular has very high scores, marked with a top symbol or wordage next to it, and then store data showing their following, number of products sold in the last 6 months, and how many regular buyers they have. So let's quickly check out another couple stores, because as you guys will see here, sometimes particular information is missing. Don't ask me why, I'm not sure if it has something to do with the UI, if it's a store choice, they don't want certain data showing, I'm honestly not sure. But I have bought from Children's Entertainment Store from in the past and had really good experiences with them. But as you will see, their scores are actually lower, and as I said, information is missing compared to Anime Card Store. And to check out one last store, guys, we have Magical Flagship Store. Now this is really, really weird, because when I was preparing this video, these scores here for Magical Flagship Store didn't exist. It was 0, 0, 0, yet they had that 96% positive feedback rating, and I was like, well, yeah, maybe I wouldn't trust this store. It's a bit weird to have 0 feedback, yet I've been in operation since October 4th, 2022, but now the scores are in, and I was kind of thinking, you know what, it may be like a data issue, it's not pulling stuff, you know, as I said, it could be anything to do with the UI, maybe the store doesn't want to show particular information, and the odd thing is, I definitely remember it actually showed like their items that had been sold in the last 6 months, as well as the like regular buyers. As you guys can see, that's now not there, so it's a little bit weird preparing the video like literally for the last week and then actually having different information on the day I come to film. As I said, it can be pretty perplexing. Would I therefore trust this store? Because I personally, never purchased from Magical Flagship Store before. Probably yes, I would, based on these ratings, on these reviews, but yeah, like I said, the other day when it had 0, 0, 0, I would have been very skeptical, because if you do get something in and like there's a problem with it and you've got to send it back, it's just a really big issue. So yes, you do have that buyer's protection, which is really cool, but yeah, I can only imagine having to send something back is just an absolute pain in the butt. So back to Anime Card Store, and I just use them as an example, guys, because they are a great store. They're maybe a little more expensive than others. Sadly, not participating in the anniversary sale is also a bummer, but their service and delivery speed, at least for me, has always been top notch, and they're actually a really good example for the homepage. They've got their homepage set up properly, whereas I think other stores don't, because if you hover over the products tab, it brings all the products that they sell, and I've actually sometimes used this to find other cool anime TCGs that I maybe never would have searched for and peruse them within a store. But if we go ahead here then and click on Naruto card, it will bring up all their listings for all the different Naruto cards that they sell, not just Caillou. So if we head back up to the top here, guys, you'll see we have 64 items or 64 listings for Anime Card Store, whereas we only found 2 when we did that first initial search on the home page. But of course, we did just search for Naruto Caillou cards, where as I said, this is Naruto cards in general. We've got Little Dino here, as well as probably some other unlicensed boxes, unlicensed sets. But you guys will also see there are boxes and singles aplenty here on Anime Card Store. So one thing you guys probably saw already is that a lot of the listings, a lot of the products are actually grouped together. So if we go back to this one that we did see earlier for the Ninja Age box, we do have all these other different products. So if we go back to the store here then, I don't know, let's click on these tier 4 boxes for instance, it brings up the exact same listing, but they're all just grouped together. And of course we have this very first listing that we looked earlier. You guys will remember that there was the wholesale one as well, which I think is right here if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. So we have that wholesale listing there too. And in actual fact, I think this was the listing on the homepage, not this one. So again, you guys can see how grouped things are together. But if we do go back into this listing here, there's something I wanted to show you guys, something I wanted to highlight to you guys, because you come into this and you see right here, we have the Ninja Age boxes, we've got some packs, and we have the beautiful new XR cards underneath. And you see that price of £5.83, and you may be thinking, happy days, how cheap is this? Well guys, that is not actually the price for these items. This is kind of like essentially the listing picture, right? That's not actually a product picture, if we can put it that way. This is the product here that is costing £5.83. So if we actually click on the Ninja Age box, there it is for £19.72. If we click on this again, you'll see it is a binder with a Kakashi PR card. That's the item that is £5.83. I believe the group listings, they essentially default to the very first item in there, and it obviously defaults to that very first price. And it seems most of the times a lot of the stores will put like the cheapest option first. I don't know if that's a way to kind of entice you and bring you in and think, hey, that's like cheaper, let's go for it. But yeah, guys, that's why you know, that very first image, that's really just the kind of sales image to get you in. These are all the various different product images if you click on them, and obviously you then get all the different prices of the various different boxes. And now I know what you're thinking, is that a bit shady? Is that a bit of crap? You know what, I would agree with you. I think it can infinitely be better. If I click on the Naruto Ninja Age box, I feel it should direct me to that product, but it is what it is. I don't know whether that's something that they'll maybe do in the future. I think it's just really how the platform works, but once you get used to it, it's fairly simple to actually find the products you're looking for. So once you've found all the items you want to buy, you have your purchase information here over on the right. So we've got ship to United Kingdom, which I set earlier through this. Delivery, we've got free shipping, so we get free shipping for all these boxes, which is really, really cool. As I mentioned earlier, if you're buying singles, normally you have to spend a certain amount to get free shipping. Other stores, it will be like regardless of the item, you may have to spend a certain amount to get it. And then some stores sadly just don't offer free shipping, though that is few and far between. Estimated delivery between April 9th and April 13th. If I order today, I'm pretty sure if I order tomorrow, for instance, that will change from April 10th to April 14th. I get to collect a £1 coupon for late delivery. Again, if this was delivered on April 14th, I would get a £1 coupon to use at a later date. Service free returns and delivery guarantee. You have your quantity. Again, there's that 2+ pieces, extra 2% off, and they have 652 pieces available in stock currently. So let's just quickly go ahead and add 3 of these to the cart, and then if we head out to the checkout, you guys will have your checkout screen. I have the shipping address blacked out here because as much as I love you guys, I don't really need you to know where I live. As I said, I normally check out with PayPal, which we have automatically up here, and you do also have Honey Gold. So if you guys have this installed as a Chrome extension, or is it available on any other browsers, I'm not entirely sure, but you may have discounts that can be applied. You obviously get percentage back in Honey Gold as well. And yeah, if you've got some of those other promo codes, like the anniversary sale ones, or a particular store promo code, you can also enter that here. One other thing you guys should know though, there are limits to the number of purchases you can make from one single store. I believe it's 40 if I'm not mistaken. So I've actually added in 61 singles here from the Caillou Anime card store, and you guys will see once it actually refreshes, not all of them are selected, so we don't even have them all up here for our total price. We've literally got 10 selected. So let's now select them all. And as you guys will see, we get this little message here. You can only buy 40 items at a time from one single store. So it's a little bit annoying when you're buying singles, but you can like buy multiples from other stores. So it's a little bit weird, but yeah, only 40 items from one single store. Though if you are like buying single cards, to be honest, sometimes stores will group all of one rarity together. So for instance, if you want to buy all the AR cards, you can buy them all in one like item, one listing, right? So it doesn't count as, I think there's like 60 odd AR cards. It would just be one item, if that makes sense. And just to quickly show you guys, I've dropped it down to 39 items. If I hit select all items, it now adds them all in, and we have this ridiculous £8,000 charge for all these incredibly expensive singles. And as I said earlier guys, you can also purchase from multiple different stores and check out under the same order. And more often than not, deliveries are actually grouped together rather than having single deliveries. I think it does depend on the store, especially if one ships earlier than the other. I'm assuming they all go into like this global warehouse. Like I think that's what this shipped by global sellers thing may be, and then they kind of consolidate everything and send it to you in as least packages as possible. But as you can see here, I've added some singles from Takara Tomy Sanrio's store, if that's how you pronounce that, and we also have some singles from Caillou Anime card store as well. If we then head over to the summary here, we've got our subtotal total, pardon me, as well as a shipping fee. Now, I find that a little bit weird. Have we not met the threshold for shipping fee? Well, you know what? That's actually one thing to say to you guys. If you are buying from multiple stores who do then offer free shipping, you actually have to reach the threshold of each individual store. It can't be on your total order. So although you can check out on one single order, you have to meet that threshold for every single store. So that may be why we have a shipping fee, though if we hit on this save thing, well, actually, yeah, there's no discount on the shipping fee. It would tell me minus £2.28 if I had met, pardon me, the shipping fee threshold for one of these two stores. Instead, we've got a seller discount, and then it's actually applied those coins. That's pretty cool. I actually didn't really realize that. As I said, I don't use the coins too much. I think I did use them on a purchase ages ago, but hey, I've now got, I guess, £5 to use somewhere. And this therefore leads me on to a tip for all my fellow brick collectors. And to be honest, maybe this does work for other countries. I just don't really have much tax knowledge outside of the UK. So I've added some items here, and upon checking out, you'll see there is some tax to pay. If we actually click on this question mark symbol, it tells us why. So basically there was a rule change a few years back where HMRC requires overseas businesses selling goods to consumers in the UK to collect the 20% VAT for a consignment value of £135 or less. So as you see, we have a subtotal of £120.88, and we have tax to pay of £24.02, giving me a total of £144.09 to pay. So as we know at the top here, our subtotal was £120.07. That consignment fee is £135, so I need to add something that is £15 or over. So you know what, let's just go down here and add this very sexy CR card of Hasharama Senju. That brings us up to £149.20. So if we now go back to checkout, you guys will see there is no tax. It's £149.20 to pay. And what was it before? Like 144, I think, with tax. So essentially for another £5, we've actually got this other really cool looking CR card of Hasharama Senju. Now, yes, you might be saying, well, it's not really a saving, is it? You're still spending more, but in the grand scheme of things, right, that tax, you're not paying that tax, which is kind of going to other things, right? You're kind of getting better value for your money here, if it makes sense. And the beauty of it is that AliExpress will always declare your purchases with a low value, so you're not going to be paying the tax this end either. And that's actually the reason I cancelled these orders I showed you earlier, and does also remind me of another point. If you are buying from multiple stores, you will have to reach that consignment value of £135 for each store, similar to how these shipping fees work as well. It's not a combined total. And that's the mistake I made here, thinking it was my grand total. So I therefore cancelled these orders and then made them again. I still paid a small amount of tax on the Demon Slayer cards, but for this, guys, I was able to buy the MR cards. You might not see it here because the images are quite small. I actually added the MR cards from the Ninja Age box, and as you can see, I literally paid, what, almost £6 more to get all of those new MR cards. Now, I should highlight though, this could of course change at any time. You know the tax man, he is always looking for his cut, right? And even though I've never ever been struck with customs charges from Ali, I guess it doesn't mean I nor you guys will in the future either. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much where and how I buy my Naruto Kaiu cards and other anime TCGs. It's all on AliExpress. Yes, there are other sources. You've got Amazon, you know, stores on Amazon, but you're probably going to be paying 3, 4, maybe even 5 times the price. Stores on Whatnot, probably other platforms as well, eBay. But again, it's just going to be so much more expensive than buying them directly on AliExpress. Yes, you may have to wait a little bit longer because some of those stores will probably have them in the country of your residence and can ship them out a lot quicker. But you know what? Have a bit of patience. They'll eventually turn up. Again, the damages can be a little bit annoying, but as I said, they have been better recently. And you can actually go a bit deeper with your searches. You know, if you wanted to buy singles, for instance, let's search for MR cards, and you will get MR card listings, but it's always going to be mixed in with other stuff. We can see some QRs here, some boxes as well. So it's not perfect, but you just have to keep searching, finding the best stores, checking out those store ratings to make sure like they're trustworthy. As I said, Facebook groups, Discord chats, Reddit posts, all of that business, you know, to find the best stores and the best deals that you're looking for. As I said as well, other anime TCGs are also available. If we go with this one right here, Demon Slayer Warpath cards, Yeah, as I thought, you know, I did find a listing for this the other day, but I'm not actually seeing it here now because, you know, a lot of the unofficial or the unlicensed boxes, they'll have specific names and they can be really difficult to find unless you know those names and then try and search them. But even then, I can't find any of the Warpath boxes. I definitely know there was a listing on here, even like yesterday when I was checking this out, I guess 2 days before because I'm filming it the day before. But yeah, not seeing those on here now. But as I said, it's just a lot of searching, a lot of grinding, I guess, to an extent, to, you know, find the items you're looking for and to get the best possible deal. And there are tons of other things on there besides TCGs. As I said earlier, a lot of it will be non-licensed, custom, or depending on the product, possibly even counterfeit. But yeah, guys, there are some really cool things on here. Anime minifigures, for instance, if we do a search, look at some of these. They're really, really cool. I definitely want to grab some of these. And although I don't personally use it, I did promise to show you guys the mobile app. So as you can see, it actually has a really high score, 5-star rating out of 62,000 reviews. That is pretty good. If we then open up the app, it loads up. You do get a little advert, but it's again just the anniversary sale. You get the coupon codes once again as well. And if we double tap those off, it's pretty much the same thing, right? It's just done in a mobile form, in an app form, if that's the correct way to put about it, or the correct way to put it rather. So if we then type in Caillou cards or Naruto, Caillou card Naruto, there we go. It's just going to bring up the same listings, but I just prefer the website, to be honest. I can't see the store names underneath, which I don't particularly like. So if we click on this, well, we know from earlier looking on the website that that one right here is Anime Card Store, and I do believe you can see the name eventually there, right down there if you scroll. So it's pretty much the same information. As I said, I just do prefer the website. I have my 2 screens. It's easier to look, easier to research, pretty much easier to do everything. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm old school, you know. But yeah, if we actually go back here, notifications, so this actually brings up the messages as well. And which one was it? That I never know how you pronounce this. Dipmogoth store. That's kind of how I've always pronounced it. But those were the messages that were missing earlier, that we couldn't see on the website. So as you guys can see, they are there now. And the last thing I wanted to say, obviously, was the the coin. So I believe this merge boss thing, it's like a game you play and you can get more coins. I'm not gonna play it, but it's another way of getting the coins to then use for other purchases. But yeah, I think I actually do have to close that again. I open it up. I don't believe there's any way to get out of the game. Maybe there is. If someone knows, drop a comment below if anyone does really care. But yeah, otherwise, you know what? The app is clean, easy to use as well, I suppose, but as I said, just repeating myself again, I'm a bit old school, I prefer to use the website. And there we go, guys, that is AliExpress in a nutshell. I honestly hope this video was useful and helpful to you guys. If it was, please be sure to give us a thumbs up. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Likewise, sharing the video with others who you think will find it interesting will also help. And if you're not subscribed and did enjoy this, or again, it was useful or helpful for you, please do consider subscribing, because we do tons of different content here on the Geek Lounge. Funko, Legos, statues, figures, and of course, TCGs, and we have plenty more coming for you, so make sure you stay tuned. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds!